lost 110K once again. Is this the end of the bull market, or will the bulls be able to have the strength to make it back up above 110K once again? Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just reading the charts. All right, guys, it's about 2:20 p.m. Eastern time. The price of Bitcoin is currently at 107,600. And starting off here with the weekly chart, right now is not looking good. We had 2 weeks ago this red engulfing candle, tweezer tops. We went and touched basically the 50 moving average. We did a gigantic wick up. I told you guys, once we have a long wick towards the downside or even sometimes to the upside, we end up eating that wick. This is a perfect example back here. We had this long wick, all of a sudden this red engulfing candle. The following week, which was last week, we had this red candle again with slight wick almost touching the 50 moving average, and so far right now we have 4 days and 6 hours before this candle closes. We're starting to eat up some of this wick. The only thing that's going to save us is if we could stay above this 50 moving average. It's currently at 102,328. Preferably I would love to be above the 21 moving average at 112,709. now the stochastics RSI are rolling over again, so this is not looking good. It looks like we will be testing this 50 moving average. On the other time frames, really quickly, like on the 6-day time frame, you can see that the stochastics are rolling over. On the 5-day, same thing, we're rolling over. So it's not showing that anytime soon we're going to be getting a big move. 4-day chart still needs room to continue going sideways before we can roll up. Same thing is happening with the 3-day chart here. The 2-day chart still will need more time as well. As you can see on the stochastics RSI, we still haven't rounded up. Now on the daily chart, you guys can see that the stochastics RSI reset. We rolled over, we were making it back up, but now it looks like we're going to roll over again, and it's not looking good. We are losing the 200 moving average. That's currently at 108,116. We had 3 green candles in a row. We made it above the 200 moving average. This red candle from yesterday is horrible. We wicked up to the 50 moving average, basically to 114K, and then we gave it all back and we went down as low as like 106,500 or so. It looks like we will be closing under the 200 moving average, and that sounds like bad news to me. You guys know I have this head and shoulder pattern with the measured move taking us down to about 91 to 93K. We thought the coast was clear once we got above the 200 moving average, but without the strength, all this is showing is that we're just making another right shoulder. So you could say that this is a complex head and shoulder, 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 head, shoulder, and now we're making another shoulder, and it looks like we might be rolling over. Let's see what ends up happening here. Now if we move over to the other time frames, on the 22-hour time frame, we see here that we are also toppy. We're on the way down. We're getting rejected by the 21 moving average. On the 8-hour time frame, it also shows that we're still on the way down. We're also getting rejected by the 21 moving average. We head over to the 4-hour chart. This is horrible. This could be a possible head and shoulder as well. The stochastics are low, so it shows that possibly we could make a move up unless we roll over like we did here. But even if we go up, if we cannot get above this head right here of 114K, basically we got to get above the 200 moving average. If not, this will be another head and shoulder, shoulder, head, and then even if we make it to the 80 moving average, this could be a right shoulder. All of a sudden we fall down. That'll definitely probably take us to about 102K. I'm not going to join the pattern, but remember I said this could be a possible head and shoulder pattern. We have to see where price is once the stochastics get toppy here for the 4-hour. We cannot get past this 200 moving average. It looks like we will be having more downside. On the 1-hour chart, stochastics are also still on the way down. It kind of shows some curvature, but unless we could get above the 21, the 200, I really don't want to hear anything bullish at the moment. 15-minute chart, we're kind of resetting, but it's not looking good. We're below all the moving averages. So right now, guys, we're below 110. Unfortunately, honestly, everything's just looking like we're going to go lower. Right now, we're hoping that we could stay above 102K. If we lose 102K, then we have to suspect that we're probably going to go below 100K, and that head and shoulder pattern on the daily is showing us that we could probably make it to about 91, 93K, possibly even lower. Once again, unless we could get above this 200 moving average, which is at 114,374 on the 4-hour time frame with strength, I really can't pay attention to anything bullish because it's really not going to happen. We need to get above this 200 moving average. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe subscribe, and if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.